good. I came in here and we were throwing them at each other. You guys are in for such a treat. Do you understand that? You will in about 5 minutes. So Shawn and Sheryl Brown are in the room, in the building, and Shawn is known for the Super Fun Show. Heard of it? Seen it? Yes. So you know what's about to happen. You're about to be transformed. So Shawn and Sheryl Brown have developed all sorts of early learning support tools for you that are interactive and fun. What's the key word there? Fun. Super fun show. So I can't even say more to tell you how fabulous they are. I'm just going to say, here's Shawn.
Thank you. Hey, how you doing? Good. Oh, woo-hoo, that's an answer. Yeah, it is. Let's see if we can take woo-hoo to another level. Not right now. I appreciate the enthusiasm, but put it down right now. Let's get a song out of the way, and then we'll woo-hoo-hoo. All right, we're going to start with warming our thumbs up. Just like this, come on. Get them warm. We don't want to get your hurt in here. Here we go. It's a happy day. You say it. It's a happy day. Clap high. Come on. Clap high. Come on. Clap low. Come on. Clap low. Come on. Clap high. Come on. Clap high. Come on. Clap low. Come on. Here we go. One finger dance. Dee 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 dee. It's a happy day. You say dee 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 dee. It's a happy day. 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 And everybody say, it's a happy day. Oh, you got this. It's a happy day. Hands up. Come on. Hands up. Come on. Hands down. Come on. I'm so glad. Let's put them out. Hit somebody. Knock them off the chair. I don't care. Side to side. Y'all play too much. Here we go. Freeze. Finger dance. Oh, you cute now. Whatever. Everybody stand up. I need help on this one. It's a happy. Oh, yeah, we're them donuts off. Come on. Dollar donuts will cost you more than $1. It's a happy day. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know it, clap, clap. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know it, clap, clap. If you're happy and you know it, stomp your feet. If you're happy and you know it, stomp, stomp, stomp. If you're happy and you know it, stomp your feet. If you're happy and you know it, stomp, stomp. If you're happy and you know it, and you really want to show it, clap your hands. Just turn yourself back. Now jump and clap and stop and clap. Wait a minute. Now jump and clap and stop and clap. Here we go. And everybody say, it's a happy day. It's a happy day. Clap high. Come on. Clap high. Come on. Clap low. Come on. Clap low. Come on. Clap high. Come on. Clap high. Come on. Clap low. Come on. Here we go. Last chance. One finger dance. It's a happy If you're happy and you know it, clap, clap. If you're happy and you know it, stomp your feet. If you're happy and you know it, stomp, stomp. If you're happy and you know it, stomp your feet. If you're happy and you know it, stomp, stomp. If you're happy and you know that you really want to show it, clap your hands and stomp your feet. If you're happy and you know that you really want to show it, clap your hands and stomp your feet. If you're happy and you know whatever you really want to show it, just turn yourself around. If you're happy and you know what you really want to show it, just turn yourself around. Like jump and clap and stop and jump and jump and clap and stop and sit your happy self down. All right, good morning. That was 18 calories. That was 18. And everyone counts. Y'all doing okay? Doing a lot better than you were this morning. A lot of, it's funny. People are funny. I just, I check people out. I say good morning, and some people say good morning, some people like. It was good until I had to show up here and get these hours. I could do it home. Today is Pancake Saturday at my house. And I got dollar donuts. Thank you. That's all right, but you happy now. You know why? Something about music. Something about music. Yo siempre empiezo con una canción para el ambiente. Eso! Hey! Maria, you know, huh? Maria. Oh, you didn't understand what I said? That's because you don't speak Spanish like me and Maria. You don't hablar español. Estoy aprendiendo español. I'm working on that for months. Y'all laugh, but I'm serious. Okay, how many of you guys have never seen me before, ever? Okay, you believe I'm famous? No, I'm famous. I'm still famous. Just because you ain't saying I'm still famous, okay? It's got nothing to do with you. You need to turn on YouTube. I'm there, okay? I'm YouTube famous, all right? Shawn Brown's YouTube. Go there. Subscribe. Share. Act like you care. Y'all laughing, but I'm serious. I need you to subscribe to my YouTube channel so you can get some of this stuff for free. This stuff, what stuff? Music, baby! How many of you guys are YouTubing it at home with your kids? In your different places. Okay, enough of you aren't, okay? Obviously it's a sin or something because you guys are YouTube. You're there. That's what I'm talking about. Okay, for those, since you guys, excuse me. No, you be on the inquiry on opioids. Taking wrong pictures like, this one. Okay, I need to stay focused, okay? I tell you, hey, I was that child. I made teachers drink. No, I sent them to the happy hour unhappy and they left it unhappy. Hey, it is what it is. It is what it is. And I went to Catholic school. Yes, the nuns were drinking. I should explain communion 5 times in the morning. Hit me again, Papa. I got Shawn Brown this afternoon for you. No more bread, just the wine, Some of y'all know what I'm talking about, because some of y'all got some Shawn Browns in your classroom. Oh, you know? Oh, some of y'all got some Shawnets. Some of y'all, did I hit you yet? Some of y'all got some Shancitos. Shing, shala, holla, boo, boo. We come in all races, creeds, and colors. I'm telling you, we are there. You better handle us or we gonna handle you. How do we handle you? You can't sleep at night because you're thinking about us. Do you know how many teachers we have sent to lunch and they never came back? We don't play. See, y'all laughing because y'all know it's true. Sometimes you got to serve lunch there at your facility so you can keep your staff. You going to lunch? Do you have to go? I got some cheese and some bread and don't go to lunch. The last motherfucker lunch. I got 12 babies and you can't go to lunch. All right. That's some type of intro, I don't know where I'm going. What I want to do is be able to just show you some new techniques and different things with music. Music is such a big part of what we do. Music is like a catalyst. It makes things move. Can you imagine if your doors open, say at, well, some of you guys are really out there, 6:30. Say your doors open at 6:30. You know who's there, right? Shawn, Shawnette, okay, they're there, okay? So and you know who's there when after everybody else is gone? Shawn, okay, all right, no, hey, I just want to make sure we're on the same page, okay? Same page. Okay, here's what I want you to consider. When they come in the morning, have a song playing. Okay, at 6:30, got a nice calm song playing. Because you're trying to set something up here, okay? You don't want to come in and shake it like a nut. Shake it, no. We're gonna slither like a snake. Slither like a snake. Don't shake it. Slither like a snake. A cold snake. So you're very. Y'all did the story this morning? You put the snake in your pocket. Put the snake in your pocket. Okay, listen. But imagine 6:30 this song is playing. Here comes Shawn, Shawnette, Ching, Hallelujah. They coming on in. But they heard this on Monday. They hear it again on Tuesday. Same time. They hear it on Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Now, after this song, you got another song set up, right? That's for the next group of kids. We're talking about working on a playlist. We're talking about teaching a child how to tell time who can't tell time, but they can feel time. This is setting that internal clock up. This is just one song that just lets them know where they are and what time it is. You do this again the next day, they know where they are and they know what time it is. So after that song, you got another song on your playlist. It's like, wow, that's some pretty cool music, Shawn. Where's that music coming from? It's coming from my iPod, okay? Oh, where's it coming? Oh, it's my music. I'm sorry, I'm so silly. This is called preschool jazz. Yeah. Got nothing to do with preschool because you like it. You know what I'm saying? You're like, man, I can be grooving to that. Matter of fact, I'm gonna get some wine out of my husband and maybe we can listen to this tonight. Now I ain't gonna tell him it's preschool jazz, he gonna like, get that out of here. I'm trying to bring that kid stuff up in our house. Singing songs about I'm gonna in there, just cook it. The kid's like, I'm gonna get my lunch. Mom, please. You know what it is, you can go home and you still have that, or sometimes you're at home and you still got that child thing going on, like, Mom, work's over. Please. Don't make me sing about doing my homework. Let me do my homework. All right, next song. This is your next group of kids that have come in. This is their first song. The first group, this is their second song. That moves them along. Imagine having structure. Them guys knowing exactly what's going on by the music you play. You know how that social emotional development works. It's routine. Same thing over and over again. They like the same thing over and over again. How about that CD where song number 7 won't play anymore? You have to buy another CD just because number 7 doesn't work anymore. There's 25 songs on there. They don't care about those. Number 7, Mom. You went to school, didn't you, Mom? Number 7. This is your second song. I gotta keep up with the time. It goes fast. Another song? I think so. You see how cool and laid back it is? Children don't run and jump and skip and just lose it when the music is cool. Music calms all of us down. It calms all of us down. You want to have a good argument with your husband? Play some wild, loud music and then argue. But play this, you guys ain't arguing. That's all I'm saying. You may argue later when you remember what it was all about. Things work out, you don't even remember, like, I don't even know. All right, let's move on. Because everybody ain't married. They're like, really? Let me move on. Just cohabitating, I don't even like it. I gotta stop that. I say anything that comes to my mind, I gotta stop that. Because who knows what's wrong. Next song. Slowly start bringing it up, okay? Because you know, Shawn, Shawnette, Shancito, and all those guys, they don't get worked up. No matter what you do, you're trying to calm them down, but they don't get worked up. And then they're going to be like, because sooner or later, they got to do their thing. And you have to guide them into doing their thing, right? Now, how many are you guys have home daycare? Home daycare, okay? How many of you guys are in centers where you have like 10, 12, 13, 20 kids in one classroom? Okay, you got a bunch of 2s, you got a bunch of 3s, you got a bunch of 4s. So how many of you guys working with school agers? Praying for you, okay? Now, you got the tough group, yeah. But you know what? You were designed to work with them. It's easy for you, frightening for us. That's the whole point. You got to stay in your own lane. Sometimes you go in both lanes. Because you have to. But you better listen to somebody who knows. You better listen to somebody, not me. No. I'm just playing. I started off working with the the school agers. Okay, let's do this. Let's just say that we've had heavy drop-off time, all right? Now, after heavy drop-off time, it's really time to start taking over, slowly taking over. So let's just say we got a song, let's say we got a song for heavy drop-off time. This song was designed for heavy drop-off time. Familiar beats and rhythms. The snake is thawing out, and it's got to move for a little bit more now, okay? Use that technology. Good morning. Woo! Mission part. Here we go. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. One more time. Let me hear you say it. Good morning. Good morning. Now the song talks to them. Listen. Don't you come and put your stuff away. Don't you come and put your stuff away. Don't you come and put your stuff away. The sooner you do, the sooner you play. Don't you come and put your stuff away. The sooner you play, we can do this, or we can do that, or we can play right here on this mat. We can do this, or we can do that, or we can play right here on this mat. I can read a book, I can get a toy, talk to a friend, a girl or a boy, hug my daddy, kiss my mama. Better hope there won't be no drama. Better leave them too late. 4, 3, 2, 1, drama. Please. Don't go. Don't go. See you later, alligator. Crocodile. See ya. Don't wanna be ya. Say it. Good morning. Good morning. One more time. Let me hear you say. Good morning. Man, y'all sound sweet like a choir. Oh my goodness. Now, children are not listening to this to know that they go to the company to put their stuff in. They already know that, okay? This is letting them know that you know what they're supposed to be doing, right? It's just a Jedi mind trick, okay? That's all it is. That's all it is. We know you know to go put your stuff away, but we letting you know that we know what you're supposed to be doing at this time and this juncture of the day, okay? But we got time for this. No Millennium Mom. I don't. Okay. Does she come in your place with a cell phone? I mean, everybody has one. But is she talking on it? No. Listen to me. I mean, talking on it when you want to talk to her. No. I meant being rude to you while you trying to tell her who her child bit yesterday. You know she don't want to talk to you, right? You don't believe it. The next time she coming in with that phone, Once you do that, everything is clear. Next time she come in there, she gonna hear the music. You gonna be able to talk to her. She gonna be like, hey, I like that. Daddy, you got to put the stuff away. Daddy, you got to put the stuff away. Put it away now. Put it away now. Put it away, put it away. That's where I'm going to end my first set. We're doing something a little bit different this year. We're doing 2 keynotes back to back, and me and the wife are splitting the keynote, kind of do a tag team it. So at this time, I'm going to ask Ms. Brown to come up and give you the other key components. All the stuff I'm talking about don't mean nothing without emotional support. It don't mean nothing. Sheryl Brown, won't you come on down? Isn't she wonderful? Isn't she wonderful? Isn't she lovely, made from love?
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Woo!
Let me see if I can turn you on.
Good morning. Good morning. Let me move it my time. Thank you, Mr. Brown. Like I always say, he will make a dog run away. It is an honor to be in your presence today. When I say it's a happy day, you say regardless. It's a happy day? Regardless. It's a happy day? Regardless. It's a happy day? Regardless. Always keep that in your mind. It's a happy day regardless. I am Sheryl Brown. I'm a licensed family marriage therapist. I specialize in children that are schizophrenic, bipolar, oppositional. You find everybody else say blah, blah, blah. Blah, blah. That's the other diagnosis that I left out. But today I want to talk about, and just briefly the time that I have, I want to talk about the mentality of an educator, family service worker, director, whatever your position may be, the mentality of an individual with a positive track record. And how to develop confidence, how to develop that, have that confidence that the little citizens that have in you that they can go to the next level. And you know, I'm not a note person, but this is what came to me this morning, and then I'm going to take it what I have to say. Listen carefully. The social and emotional rhythm of our society has shifted. Everybody got what I'm saying? And what has caused the social and emotional rhythm for many families to shift, which has caused or placed a higher demand on the social and emotional needs of our children to be addressed and shaped accordingly. Our children are in need of educators, family service workers, directors, behaviors, or mental health specialists to develop a positive track record with the little citizens, which will build their confidence so that they can receive from the people-centered leader. Look at your neighbor and say, that's you. That's you. But let me backtrack. Look at your neighbor and say, you look marvelous. You look marvelous. Look at the other person say, I'm glad you're here. And look at the person behind you say, wake up. Wake up. So that the time that I have, which is not long, I'm going to speak from my book today, The Productive Little Citizen. Everybody say The Productive Little Citizen. All right, let me make it real quick, what I normally say. I want you to stop saying children, I have my children, or students, they're little citizens. Everybody say little citizens. Stop saying I have a classroom and start saying I have a community. Everybody say community. And then stop saying whatever your position may be, you're a people-centered leader. Everybody say a people-centered leader. Now here's the definition for a people-centered leader. A people-centered leader is an individual who looks beyond self in order to see the needs of others. A people-centered leader is an individual that looks beyond self in order to see the needs of others. Look at your neighbor and say, that's you. And so therefore, watch this, everyone in here, you are a people-centered leader that oversees little citizens in a community. Everybody follow me on that? Now here's the next one. You're the thermostat for your community. You're the thermostat for your community. That means your attitude, your beliefs, your body language. You know, children can't read your body language. Are you understand what I'm saying? And so this right here, how you doing this right here, because follow me carefully. Children, little citizens communicate through their emotions. Little citizens communicate through their emotions. And they may not be able to tell what you're going through, but they know when you're going through. Everybody follow me on that? Here's a true story. Now follow me real carefully. And then I'm going to have my helpers to come up. Here's a true story. This lady had purchased my book, and she said, Miss Brown, I've been using your book, and I've been seeing how my classroom is changing, so it's emotional stable for the children. And she said this. She said her mother was in a coma, and she still had to go to work. Because, you know, ladies, we wear many hats, and we had to keep on going on with life. Am I right? And so she had her cell phone on just in case the hospital or the family members called in regards to her mother. The phone had rung. Watch this. And there was a little boy just playing with his toys. When the phone had rung, he stopped what he was doing. He said this, Miss Smith, your mom said that she loves you. And he went back doing what he had to do. Everybody follow me on that? Yeah. She picked up the phone, and it said, the hospital said your mother passed away. Now watch this. Little citizens may not be able to tell you what you're going through, but they know what you're going through because watch this, they can discern better because they're not polluted with everything that we take responsibility for. Everybody follow me on that? From birth all the way to about 9 months, they use their senses. About 9 months to 10 months, that's when the emotions start to kick in, then everything gels together. Everybody follow me on that? And so when children are attached to their emotions, okay, there we go. My helpers come up. Let's do this real quick. Real quick. Rosa, Gemma, Linda, Amy, Denise, Linda, Daphne, come up for a moment. Let me show you. Emotional stability, follow me carefully. When you are the thermostat for your community, watch this. Don't ever let the temperature be comfortable for you, but let it be comfortable for the little citizens. Everybody follow me on that? Now let me show you the time that I have how it is important to have the right developmental attire for the child to excel academically. Are we ready? Okay, watch this. Everybody say words. Words. Say thoughts. Thoughts. Say emotions. Emotions. Go to the behavior. You go to the right here. You're right here. Come on down. Let me do that again. Go down. Say words. Words. Thoughts. Thoughts. Emotions. Emotions. Feelings. Feelings. Behavior. Behavior. Social. Social. And educational. Educational. Or academics. All right, now watch this. So if words, watch this, words produce thoughts. Thoughts affect the emotions. Emotions affect the feelings. The feelings dictate to the behavior. Then you have social and academics. Everybody follow me on right? Follow me on that? And watch this. You just won $1 million. Because watch this. Words are like arrows that lead the child in the direction that they should go. Words are like arrows that lead the child in the direction that they should go. And you said, Ms. Brown, why words are so important? Because the word guides the child in the direction that they should go. So watch this. You just won $1 million. Go like this and freeze. You just won $1 million. Smile and go like that. You just won $1 million. Make your expression. You just won $1 million. Go like this. Now watch this. Now you dictate to the behavior. You just won $1 million. Now you go take somebody's purse, go shopping. Do what you got to. Take their cell phone, jump up and down. You won $1 million. Jump, jump. You won $1 million. Jump around, jump around. Now freeze. Okay, you stay right there. Girl, you lost their $1 million plus you owe money. Go like this again. Freeze. You lost the $1 million plus hold your head down. You lost the $1 million. That's the look right there. Now watch this. Now turn around, because now everybody said these emotions or feelings the same thing. No, emotions are themes. Everybody got that? Words are like arrows that lead the child in the direction they should go. Thoughts. Okay, that's the myth. The mind is like the control tower, and then the emotions are the themes. And then the feelings are like Hollywood. I feel like that. I don't feel like getting up. I don't feel like doing this. And it dictates that. So go like this. Now I want you to take your time, and you got to give everything back. Give everything back. Give everything back. Everything. Okay? Everybody got me on that? Now, come up close. Now, you stay back. Social, you come. Come. Everybody else, you stay back. Come close to me. Come close to me. Let's get together. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Now watch this. Now let's practice for a moment. Let's shift and go to the right. Shift. Go that way. Now watch this. When a child has all of this intact, even though it needs improvement, everybody follow me on that? Then when academic comes, come on, connect. Then it's like a coat with a coat rack. Everybody follow me on that? But when the behavior is always in the forefront, and say, for instance, the mental movie, because you know every child has their own mental movie, everybody, because they learn their mental movie from their home environment, because all you have to do is look at their behavior. They'll tell you everything that's going on in their household. Everybody follow me on that? And so when that mindset, where's the mind? Give me the mind. So, where's the mind? Come back over here. And so watch this. And so if the mind is back here, you go back that way. And then when you are trying, and when a child is emotionally attached to something at home, because how many of you guys know some of the children just live in hellish home environments? And when their mind is mentally or emotionally, when they're emotionally attached to whatever's going on, now academic is trying to come on academics. Now everybody move, run away from academic, run. Now watch this. And you're trying, and watch, educators are trying to force the children to be academically advanced, but they're emotionally attached to whatever's going on. Now watch this. And what happened in many cases is teachers get frustrated because they keep looking at the behavior. And watch this. When they keep looking at the behavior, many times they want to fill out an IEP or whatever, but an instructor, an educator, whoever it may be, when they have a positive track record, their mentality is, I'm going to help work with the behavior because watch this, there's a genius behind that behavior. Everybody follow me on that? And it takes time, because even as a therapist, being a therapist, I know things don't happen overnight, but when I learn to be patient and work with whatever they're going through, and watch this, when a child realizes, especially a child that has problems or a behavior problem, they find out that you have their back, they'll do whatever they need to do. Now let me take it a little further. That's why your community should be better than their home environment. And when your community is better than their home environment, they'll catch the Uber, they'll take a skateboard, they will do whatever it takes in order to get to their community. Everybody follow me on that? Give them a hand clap. Okay. All right. Now, watch this. Let me end on this, and I want you to enjoy the music. Always learn how to be the interpreter for your little citizens. That means whatever they're emotionally attached to, always try to figure out 3 or 4 things that you think it might be, and go through each one until you come up to that's it. Everybody follow me on that? Well, let me leave you with this story. I had a client in California. That's where I'm a therapist licensed in California. And let's say his name was Carlos. He was cute. He had long lashes. He had that cold, wavy hair. And he was emotionally attached to his mother. He come from a single family home. And his mother was very ill, but she said, son, I'm going to the hospital and I will be back. She went to the hospital and she never came back. So she passed away. Now watch, he was 6 at that time. They had the funeral service and the burial, and he attended neither one. Now, I don't know if the mother said, I want him to remember me as I was. I don't think they didn't know he could able to handle it or whatever. But how many of you guys know that little citizens become depressed too? And so what happened, watch this. And I know some of you guys might understand what I'm talking about. It seemed like life goes on and people going on with their lives. And he was still stuck in time because his emotions was attached to his mother whom he loved. Everybody follow me on that? And so what happened was he was not performing well in school. He wasn't performing well at home. His aunt received custody of him, and she became the first interpreter. And she said, my nephew needs some help. So she brought him into the clinic where I worked at in Lamont, California. And so that's when I created the purpose stage. Now, he wasn't a big conversationalist, but he was an excellent artist. And so therefore, I said, I want you to draw anything you want to draw about your mother. And this is what he did. It was some beautiful clouds, the sun radiated, and then he and his mother was nestled in the clouds, and she was looking down on him. Now, this is what he said, because we're as therapists, we don't encourage them what to say, we just listen to what they said. But he said this, he said, my mother is in heaven, looking down on me to make sure that I'm okay. And I did everything that I could do to hold back the tears. And look, it normally takes 6 months to a year to close the case. And so we was on month 1, it was going well. And so I thought, let's have a memorial service. So I got permission from his aunt. It was cold, winter was cold all that week. The sun wasn't out. And I said, well, dress your best, dress warm, and we're going to have a memorial service. We're going to go to the gravesite. So I got dressed and everything, and then I went to the store, got some balloons, farewell, we miss you, we love you, and so forth. I drove 21 miles to go pick him up. Picked him up, he had those nice crispy pants and the shirt and the long lap with the cold wavy hair, and he had the card that he wanted to read to his mother. I drove 21 miles back, and then we went to the gravesite and watched this. On that day, the sun was shining and beaming through the trees to let us know like everything was going to be okay. And so we walked around and watched it. He said, how did my mother get there? So I had to explain to him at his level because he was ready to receive. Everybody say receive. Receive. And when we got there, he read the card to his mother, and he stood there, and I said, you know what? Before we send off these balloons, I said, your mother deserved a song. And I did something like, you are so beautiful to me, you are so beautiful to me. Can't you see? You're everything that I hope for, and you everything that I need. You are so beautiful to me, because you got to keep in mind that every child deserves to be loved, remembered, respected, and understood. And you can feel the release in his body. We went to go get some ice cream, and like I told you, it takes 6 months to a year to close the case. We closed it in 1 month. So let me leave you with this. When the task has just begun, never leave it until it's done. Do it big, do it small. Do it well or not at all. That's all I got. You
Wowzers, huh? I did good, huh? You know what I'm talking about. You think we can go to the movies? And maybe I can be your friend? Just to make me meet her places. When we're dating. We're not dating, we're just friends. I'll meet you there. Okay. All right, let's go. I think I hear her voice in the background. Her phone is playing it back? Oh, what happened? You guys were just Facebook Live crying and everything. I got you guys crying. Like you was at a conference, you were crying. Okay, here we go. Let's keep it going. You guys all right now? Yeah, you are. You are. You're at a conference. This is the 30th one. You've done this 29 times. Come on. Sheesh. All right. Time to party now. I think I'm putting on everybody up. Donut time. Hey! It's a super fun show.
jump up and down and turn yourself around. It's the Super Fun Show. Come on.
Hey, shake it like a duck.
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 Shake it like a
Put
duck.
your hands on your head and move your feet. Put your hands on your head and move your feet. Put your hands on your knees and move your head. Put your hands on your knees and move your head. Come on, jump, 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 jump. A little higher. Jump, 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 jump. A little higher. Don't jump higher than me. I saw that. A little higher. Jump, 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 jump. Here we go. Super Fun Show. Here we go. Come on, I'm trying to get their heart rates up now, right? I'm serious. We working the babies out. Let them fall asleep in their lunch. They don't eat all that food anyway. And now, and turn yourself around. It's the Super Fun Show. Come on. Hey, shake like a duck.
Shake it like a duck.
Shake it like a duck.
Shake it like a duck.
Boy, you wanna come on, Paco. Boy, you wanna come on, Paco. Put your hands in the air and wave them all around. And wave them all around like you just don't care. Put your hands in the air and wave them all around. And wave them all around like you just don't care. Put your hands down. Put your hands up. Put your hands down. Put your hands up. Down. Up. Down. Up. Down. Up. Down. Up. Make a decision. Fun. 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 Are you ready for some fun? Are you ready for some fun? Are you ready for some fun? Somebody scream! Clap your hands, come on now. Clap your hands and stomp your feet. Clap your hands and stomp your feet. Clap your hands and stomp your feet and turn yourself around. Clap your hands and stomp your feet and turn yourself around. Stir it out, come on, stir them bricks out. Put some raisins in it. Hey, come on. Hey, jump up and down and turn yourself around. It's the Super Fun Show. Come on. Hey, shake it like a duck.
Shake it like a duck.
Shake it like a what?
Shake it like a duck.
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 Shake it like a
Put
duck.
your hands on your head and move your hips. Careful. Put your hands on your head and move your hips. Put your hands on your hips and move your head. Put your hands on your hips and move your head. Put your hands on your feet and do it like this. Put your hands on your feet and do it like that. Faster, 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 faster. Finish it off. It's the Super Fun Show. Here we go. Come on. It's the Super Fun Show. Come on. Hey, it's the Super Fun Show. Here we go. Come on. It's the Super Fun Show. Come on. Hey, jump up and down and turn yourself around. It's the Super Fun Show. Come on. Hey, shake it like a duck.
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 Super fun. 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 Super. Super fun. Super fun. Super. Super fun. Super fun. These guys a big round of applause. All right, all my friends are sitting down. Yeah, you are, ain't you? Seriously, the purpose of this song is for large, small, and skill development, following 1, 2, and 3-step directions, and most importantly, wearing the young child down. That was the intent of the song. It was placed in the playlist at a time where now I want you to get the wiggles out, and I'm going to help you get the wiggles out. That song is designed for that. You know of a song right now, in your place you can play the children don't get up dance on, right? Put it in the right place at the right time. Now the heart rate is up and your place is a wreck. Right? So let's get the room cleaned up, bring their heart rates down. We picked up where we left off. We left off at good morning, go to come put stuff away, blah, 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 yada, yada, yada. Now, right from there, we said, now we're going to weigh you down, and then, child, you're going to make a mistake. You know what your mistake going to be? Play it again, play it again, play it again. I'm like, yeah. If there's two of y'all in the classroom, only one of y'all need to get them dance on the first one. The other one needs to stretch and get ready to come in and finish them off. When they say do it again, tag team, up, you're up, and you go, get yourself together. Now let's get this room cleaned up. The beats, slower beats per minute.
Oh my goodness. Look at this place. Looks like a tornado hit it. Oh no, we have to clean this room up now. Let's clean it up, pick up those things off the floor. You said, let's clean it up, pick up those things off the floor, off the floor. Let's clean it up, pick up those things off the floor. What am I gonna do? Let's clean it up, pick up those things off the floor, off the floor. Let's clean it up, pick up those things off the floor.
I don't care how they pick it up off the floor. As long as they get it up off the floor, let them do what they do, okay?
Let's clean it up, pick up those things off the floor, off the floor. Let's clean it up, pick up those things off the floor, off the floor. Let's clean it up.
Look at me, I'm picking up clothes off the floor.
Let's clean it up.
Look at me, I'm picking up trash off the floor, teacher.
Let's clean it up.
Look at me, I'm picking up Legos off the floor.
Let's clean it up.
Look at me, I'm picking up clothes off the floor. They're gonna tell you what they're picking up because they want recognition. And give them recognition for doing something you need them to do. The room needed cleaning up. And what's gonna get cleaned up by you saying, clean up, everybody clean up. You don't want to clean up, clean up, clean up. Everybody clean up. I know you understand the words that come out of my mouth. Maria, I know you're nonverbal. But when I say snack time, you're the first person to die. Don't let them babies play you. Heart rate is coming down. Now you need them to sit down and shut up. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I can say it. You can't. You can think it. Every time you say catch a bubble, there's a shut up stirring up inside of you. Say it for your left. You run out of juice to bite your back fat, please. You know, you say shut up on Monday, you were to Walmart on Tuesday. Don't do it. Here's your card, sir. Have a good day. Shut up. Supervisor want to talk to you. Shut up. That's what they want to talk to you about. Now let's sit on the rug and be quiet. Let's sit on the rug. Bring our heart rates down. Let's get ready for learning. Everybody on the rug, take a seat. Everybody on the rug, sit on down. Everybody on the rug, find a seat. Everybody on the rug, move your body. Everybody on the rug, take a seat. Everybody on the rug, sit on down. Everybody on the rug. See, you know somebody right there. Crisscross applesauce, hands in your lap. 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 Applesauce, hands in your lap. Crisscross applesauce, hands in your lap. Crisscross applesauce, hands in your lap. If you can hear my voice, clap your hands. If you can hear my voice, clap your hands. If you can hear my voice, clap your hands. If you can hear my voice, clap your hands. If you can hear my voice, shake your head. If you can hear my voice, shake your head. Wiggle, wobble, wobble. Wiggle, wobble your head. Wiggle, wobble, wobble. Wiggle, wobble your head. If you can hear my voice, put your hands in the air. If you can hear my voice, put your hands in your lap. If you can hear my voice, put your hands in the air. If you can hear my voice, put your hands in your lap. If you can hear my voice, snap your fingers like this. If you can hear my voice, snap your fingers. That be depressing for them, they keep snapping their fingers. But they do like this. You see them, right, The beauty of that is, we set them up song by song, nothing took them by surprise. When the routine is established, you don't have to say clean up. You play the song. What's going to happen is, one day, some reason, somehow, that cheap CD player is not going to play, and you're going to want them to clean up. They're going to say, you're not playing the song. We on strike, baby. You need to have a backup. That's how conditioned you want them to music. And they run on remote. Why does it work? Because teachers told me how to do this. Y'all taught me everything I know. Okay, that's why it works. And now, a couple of these songs, the Coalition bought y'all one of my CDs. Oh yeah, they did. It's gonna be the one that's not available on the table. No, I mean, why would I sell it to you if you're getting that one for free? Okay, so it's the Transition CD. That's my #1 CD. That's how much they thought of y'all. They bought that for you. Oh yeah. I don't know if I'm supposed to tell you, but I told you. Hold them to it. But I said I ain't leaving until I get the CD. Well, it wasn't a Coalition. I got to figure out who it was that bought it. It was my cousin that bought them CDs for you. Shawnita. DCF. DCF. You know who they are, right? DCF bought them. Yeah. Don't they write checks? DCF? No, that's the Department of Children and Family Services. Yeah. I put that acronym together, didn't I? That's what Catholic school will do for you. It'll make you think. Don't because they spanked you if you didn't think. It's like, say it again. You know what, golly, the time is so far gone. Now, I don't know if those, now there's 2 clocks back there. One says 3 minutes to 12, one says 4 minutes to 12. What time your iPhone say? 12. It says 12 now? 11:59, okay. This is your, all right, we're going to jump to the end of your day. This is the last song you play at the end of the day, and the children think the song is for them, but this is your song. Okay? They think it's all about them, but when you hear this song, they don't even know why you going cray-cray. Okay? This is your song. My mama gon' pick me up. My mama gon' pick me up. My mama gon' pick my mama gon' pick my mama gon' pick me up. My daddy gon' pick me up. Hey, my daddy gon' pick me up. My daddy gon' pick my daddy gon' pick my daddy gon' pick me up. Don't you know my mommy is a coming? Don't you know my mommy's on the way? Don't you know my daddy is a coming? He gonna be late. Don't you know my daddy's on his way? My granny gon' pick me up. My granny gon' pick me up. My granny gon' pick, my granny gon' pick, my granny gon' pick me up. Pawpaw gon' pick me up. Pawpaw gon' pick me up. Pawpaw gon' pick, Pawpaw gon' pick, Pawpaw gon' pick me up. Don't you know my granny is a comin'? She got very big cookies. Don't you know my granny's on the way? Don't you know Pawpaw is a comin'? He scared me when he drive. I'm just playing. The numerator of Pawpaw's only 40. Okay. Push play with a purpose. Follow a playlist and watch the children follow you. Thank you guys so much.